Hi guys, welcome back. Now we are going to take a look at advertisement, and we will see some of the basics of advertisement. I will not go into too much details. Right now we are just making a simple application, and we have to cover all the topics, but we will just cover the basics, and then after we finish this we will move further, and then we will cover some advanced topics on advertisement and all the other stuff. So in advertisement we have to see some of the stuff before we program. So in BLE, the peripheral device has to advertise some data so that the master device can read this data, and then it can get the information of the device, like the device name, and is it connectable or not, what is the appearance of device. For example, is the device keyboard or a mouse type or any other type, and also the primary service UUID, which will show what services this device provides. So basically the advertisement packet contains the basic information, and we have to send this information in the advertisement packet. Otherwise the device which is scanning won't be able to understand what type of device it is connecting with. So in the BLE standards we have to make sure we include at least generally these four basic things in the advertisement packet. We can include a lot of stuff, and I will put detailed videos on this as well in the future tutorials. So right now we will just cover the basics of advertisements. So in advertisements, the first one is the device name. So a device name, here in my case I'm writing my device name as SamBT. So this device name will also be advertised in the advertisement packet, and the master device which will be scanning this advertisement packet will receive this device name along with the flags. This flag will basically show that our device supports both old BLE mode and the new latest BLE 5.1 or not. And the flags, according to the flags, our device will be able to guess if it supports both modes and what type of connection it will support. And in the appearance, basically the appearance will show, as I have previously mentioned, the appearance basically shows whether our device is a mouse or a keyboard or a heart rate measuring device or something else. So in appearance we put that the name or basic appearance of the device. We will see how we can set the appearance. And the primary service UUID, here in our case we don't have any primary service, because I am not going to create a service this time, because this is just a basic tutorial. So there are some modes of advertisement. Basically these modes are defined in nRF SDK, and the first mode is idle mode, and this shows that no connectable broadcast is in progress. The BLE advertisement mode directed high duty is really good for some devices. For example, if you don't want your device to be disconnected, so this is great, and as soon as the device disconnects, it will try to reconnect with the same device. This is very good for seamless recovery. And the next one is a BLE advertisement mode directed. It is similar to the high duty, but it has low duty. It means it uses less energy because it sleeps for a little more time, and then it advertises. So there is a duration for which it sleeps, and it saves some of energy. Now we have two other modes, the fast mode and the slow mode. In the fast mode, the advertisement packets are sent for a short interval, and then the device sleeps. And the slow mode has the longer interval. For longer interval, the broadcasting channels would be used for longer period of times, which will cause the channels to be completely taken over. So we set this to as low as possible, because we have to make sure that our broadcast is as fast as possible. So normally we use BLE advertisement mode fast, and today we will also use we will be using this mode, and later on I will explain all these modes in a greater detail. So there is something else that we need to understand. There are two things that we also have to set in the advertisement initialization, and then these are advertisement interval and advertisement duration. So basically you have to set an interval for which the device is going to advertise, and after that there is a duration period for which the device will keep on sleeping. In these settings basically we have to set two parameters, the advertisement interval and the advertisement duration, or the broadcast duration. So we have to make sure we use them properly and as according to our application. So now let's move to the programming and let's see how we can program this. So guys, in the programming, first of all we need to include the header files for this. So let's include the header files. We need to include these two header files for the advertisement, and now they are included. Now we need to set up some stuff before we start the initialization. For that, first let's define some constants. So now next thing is we have to add the instance of the advertisement. So for that we have to use a specific function. So it's, and let's name it as advertising. Okay, now this is done, and the next thing is we have to go and add the next step, the step number 8, and it will be above the BLE handler. And let's name it as now we need to create an advertisement event handler. So for that, let's say it's the step 8.1. And let's name it as and this will be our handler. Now let's first create the basic code for the advertisement initialization. For that, first of all, we need an error variable. Now we need to create a struct which will hold the advertising values. Let's name it as init. Now we need to clear its memory. So for that, the next thing we need to do is we have to include the name of the device in the advertisement packet. For that, let's set this structure. So, and let's set a constant which is BLE. Whatever the name we will give, it will appear, the full name will appear. And if your name is longer than a specific number of characters, we will see that in more details how we can manage all of that stuff. For now it's just basic. Next thing is we have to include the appearance and set it to true, so it will include the appearance of the device. For now we haven't set the appearance, so it will show us unknown, but later we can set some appearance to see if it's another type of device. Now we have to set the flags. So our nRF devices are basically LE only, so we will just set it. So we will set it to general, discovery mode, and LE only. Now we will set the advertisement. So I will set it to the fast advertisement. Set it to true, and the next one is we have to set the interval and duration. So So make sure if you set it to fast enabled, then you have to set the advertisement fast interval and fast timeout. Now we have to set the event handler. So if we receive some event from the advertisement, we will receive these events in the event handler. So then we will pass it the name of the event handler, which is on ADV event, and let's not include the brackets. Now we have to initialize it. So we have set all the advertisement stuff. Now we need to initialize it. So for that, error code equals, and here is the main function which is going to initialize, and here we have to pass it the instance address. So our instance is m_advertising, and we have to pass it the configurations address, and it's done. Now we have to check, and here we will, if we receive some error code, it will send it on the debugging window. The last thing here is some extra feature. So we have to set the configuration tag. So here we have already created this tag which is equal to 1. We will just pass it here in the advertisement function. So here we will use another function to set it, and we will pass it the address of the advertisement instance and the tag. And that's it for the initialization. Now we just need to set up the event handler stuff, then it's finished. So in the event handler, first of all, we will create an error code variable. So now we will create a switch statement, and we will check. And the first case would be the advertisement event fast. So when device enters in a fast advertising state, we can show it by blinking some LEDs. So for that, let's put the code in this case. The first case would be, here we can print a message, and then we can blink LEDs. For that, we will just call this function. It uses the low power timer, and it's going to automatically indicate by blinking it. So for that, we have this function BSP indicate advertising. So it will blink with the duration of 1 second approximately, showing that our device is advertising now. And now the app error check. The second case would be the idle. So if the device is not advertising, that is the device has stopped advertising, then no LED will turn on. So it will show that our device is now not advertising anymore. And let's use another indication of the BSP, which is the both support package. If you don't really know about the BSP and what I'm doing here, then maybe you're directly watching my Bluetooth tutorials and you haven't seen my previous tutorials. Please watch them in series. I've created it for the beginners, so you can watch it in series, start from the start till the end, and then you will get all the basic knowledge and how to do all the stuff with these devices. So don't worry, just watch it in series. I have set these tutorials in a series so that everybody can understand all the stuff related to these devices. Now we will use indicate idle and app error check, of course. If the device is advertising, then it would show this, and if device is idle, then it would show this. There is another setting in which we will set the device to keep on advertising unless it's connected with the new device. Otherwise it will keep on advertising. And we can also set some time, so that after that time the device will stop advertising, and it will not send advertisement packets anymore, and it will go into the sleep mode. We will see all of this extra stuff later on. For the beginners, all of this information is not easy to grasp, so for now You just need to understand all the basics that I'm doing here, and after this we will slowly do everything step by step. That's it for the code in advertisement and for the step 8. I hope so it's easier to understand in this step-by-step way, and I'm putting a lot of effort, so be sure to support me. If you are new to my channel, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if you like this video. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.